We're just 3 months into the year 2016, but world temperatures are already far warmer than usual. This is especially true in the Arctic, which has record low sea ice cover. Today, Live Science is joined by NASA scientist Walt Meyer, who will tell us about the low Arctic sea ice and what it means for the rest of the planet.
Sure. This year we're seeing a real extremely warm winter. It's one for the record books. It's been warm around the globe, but it's been very warm, record-breaking warmth in the Arctic. Temperatures 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit above normal, and we see that reflected in the very low sea ice cover that generally grows to its maximum around this time of year, and we're reaching that point and getting close to it. And it's among the lowest that we've seen on the record over our 40 years of satellite data. So it's been a really extreme year. We've also seen that the ice is quite thin, which is continuing a trend that we've been seeing.
Yeah, how long have you guys been measuring the sea ice, and what kind of trends are you seeing?
So we've been looking at the sea ice with satellites for almost 40 years in our satellite record, going back to the late 1970s. And what we see is variability from year to year, but overall a strong downward trend. In wintertime, it's a little more subtle, but it's quite clear, and we've lost about 2 Texases worth of sea ice during the wintertime. In the summer, it's even more extreme. We've lost almost double that or more in terms of the area covered, and we're seeing really extreme trends. And like I said, we're losing a lot of the thicker ice cover that we've seen. So we've lost about 50% of the volume of the sea ice or the mass of the sea ice. So we're seeing big changes in our satellite record.
How might low sea ice cover impact the rest of the world?
So the changes that we see in the sea ice and in the Arctic in general, they don't stay in the Arctic. The Arctic is not like Las Vegas. What we see happening is when the Arctic warms up and the ice melts, that helps absorb more solar energy, more heat into the Arctic because the ice is reflective compared to the ocean. And as you warm that up, you're changing the contrast with the lower latitudes, and that contrast helps set up things like the jet stream and storm tracks and general weather patterns. And so as we change the Arctic in a big way like we're doing, we see these changes in weather patterns that are affecting the lower latitudes as well.
I see. And I heard that NASA has 2 upcoming Arctic missions. Can you tell me what scientists are planning to do?
Right. We have 2 NASA missions taking off in just a few days. The first one's Operation Ice Bridge, and then there's also a project called Oceans Melting Greenland. And both of these are going up to the Arctic over the sea ice and over Greenland to take measurements. And what we're seeing is these changes are happening much faster than we expected, both over the sea ice, as I talked about, but also over Greenland. Greenland's seeing big changes as well, and that's what the Oceans Melting Greenland is focused on. And basically we can see these changes, but we don't fully understand the processes that are causing these changes. And so these aircraft flights that we're doing will allow us to collect very good data and very detailed data that will help us better understand these changes and better predict what's going to happen in the future.
Great. Well, Live Science will have to follow up with you once you guys get the results.
Sure. Anytime. Yeah, you can keep track of things as they go along at nasa.gov/Earth or on Twitter at NASA Earth, where you can follow those missions and all the things that NASA's doing for Earth science.
Well, thanks so much for talking with us. For Live Science, this is Laura Gaggle.